Good afternoon and warm welcome to this special interview. Today our guest is Mr. Amit Sharma. He is the Secretary of Rural Development, IT, Transport, Science and Technology and Disaster Management Departments in the administration of Union Territory of Ladakh. He is also the Managing Director of Sindhu Infrastructure Development Corporation, CIDCO. Mr. Amit Sharma, e-buses have been running in Ladakh for more than a year. How has been the experience of running the e-buses?
Good afternoon to all your viewers, and thanks for inviting me, first of all, in this Times Internet, EGov leg of it. So regarding the e-buses, Anoop, I want to tell you, it's been a wonderful experience as Transport Secretary and also as, MD SIDCO, because we have been running these e-buses through Sindhu Infrastructure Development Corporation, as you said, as MD SIDCO. So it's my prime responsibility to run these e-buses in the UT of Ladakh. And it's been a very good experience. In fact, a couple of days back only, we held our board of directors meeting of SIDCO. And while assessing the performance, it has shown very good results and generated very good revenues also. As you all know, that Ladakh, we are heading towards bringing carbon neutrality. So e-buses are doing a wonderful role in that. And you see, all pollution which is caused by public transport is gone. That's a major medium of public transport. So e-buses have been very, very successful, and we are running them on the roads of Leh as well as Kargil districts. And in fact, just to add on to what you said, we had purchased few electrical buses for some colleges and schools. But of late, we decided that why to keep them blocked in the schools and colleges, because only twice it brings the kids and students going to the college or school or coming back. So then we decided even to deploy those e-buses here and replace them with the other traditional buses, because there it won't be much of a pollution also. But here, if they run continuously throughout the day after getting recharged whenever they are on the roads. So we thought that we should have optimal and maximum possible utilization of electronic buses. And we are definitely following the vision of Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. He declared that Ladakh should become carbon neutral, first UT in the nation. So we're trying to follow that vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, and our administration is totally focused. Our Honorable LG, retired Dr. Brigadier B.D. Mishra, he is showing us the pathway, and our advisor, Dr. Pawan Kotwal, is always pushing that we should have maximum e-buses and e-freight vehicles on the road. And just to share with you, we even have tested, the trial is going on for electronic freight vehicles. That would also be a unique thing to happen, like load carriers, like those earlier they used to be, always on diesel and all. We have experimented with that, and we are very sure that soon we'll be introducing them on the roads of Ladakh.
You also had this for the last 1 year. I've been hearing that Ladakh might become the first place in the country to introduce hydrogen buses.
Yeah.
And you also told me that it is about to happen.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. And I would say that it again goes to our pride and honor being first, I would say, amongst all states and UTs in our Bharat, India, which will be going for hydrogen fuel buses running on the roads for public utility. So for that purpose, NTPC has signed an MOU with us, and they are working on this project. And I want to share on a happy note that 5 hydrogen fueled buses, which have been of the make of, again, Indian brand Ashok Leyland. It's not something like a foreign brand or a Chinese brand. So Make in India, we are following it rigorously here. So those 5 buses have already done the trial on the roads of Leh and Kargil, our Ladakh. And successful trials have happened. And they are in the final stage of getting on road, in the sense like in Pune, some certifications are done. So that is the last lap, few number of days they have to wait. And as per the weather, in North India, up especially in Leh and Kargil and everywhere in Ladakh, UT. It is usually minus 10, 15, 20 these days. So I think the good time in next couple of months or maybe 3, 4 months, you would definitely see them on the roads. Inauguration should happen anytime, and around that time. And these buses will have a very special couple of unique features. They are hydrogen fueled buses, but the best part about these buses is we have a this hydrogen fuel conversion plant which is coming up in Choglamsar area in Leh, and this plant will obviously break the molecules H2O. Hydrogen will be converted into kinetic energy, that is the fuel filling, that is hydrogen fuel will be filled in these buses. And alongside, oxygen is the other part. So oxygen, we are planning that a bottling work will also happen in that plant, that fuel filling point, and the conversion will happen there, and those oxygen will be filled up, even which can be in some bottles of say liter or half a liter or so, which can be later on used by the tourists which flock into Ladakh the whole year. And oxygen is a challenge, being a place which is around 11, 12,000 feet above sea level. So oxygen is always a challenge there, so that can be utilized by the tourists. So it is like beautiful usage of the concept, so as to say, like, buses will run on water first time in the country, that is hydrogen fueled buses, and oxygen component would be utilized by the tourists which will come there. And also I want to add here that these buses are going to be hybrid kind of model, because sometimes a query comes that on the heights of Leh and Kargil areas, sometimes they may face a, like Khadungla Pass is their world's highest motorable road, and as you know, like Nubra, we have a lot of places which are there, like worth seeing, Pangong Lake. So when buses are going, sometimes there can be an issue. So it will work on a hybrid mode, like it will have a electric backup also, like electric battery also inside the buses. So in case, God forbid, sometimes due to some technical hitch or maybe hydrogen related things, in trial and tests, everything went successful. But still, as a backup, it will have a hybrid model, like it can go convert itself into that EV mode also for some time. But primarily, it would be running on, as you all know, on this hydrogen fuel, and emission here. Can you guess? It would be water vapor. So
Okay.
it is
Yes.
it is not only carbon neutral, I would say negative from that angle, minus. So it's a wonderful concept, and I wish that once we do it, other states and UTs will replicate it. And because this is the future, this is the future. Because hydrogen fueled vehicles, what else you require? Water can be utilized to create a fuel for them.
As you said, you are also having a hybrid model, so that when fuels runs out, the buses and the
Yeah,
vehicles can
the
keep running.
bus model. Yeah, the
No, but,
bus
this
model is like that, just from the safety point of view. That, but it is primarily hydrogen fueled buses only. That's a
is
backup kind of thing.
okay. But the infrastructure for charging or fueling is a slightly problem, a bit of a problem. In many parts of the country, they are facing this problem because sometimes the charging stations are not located in the areas where the vehicles might face a problem. So, what are you doing to ensure that there are enough charging stations and fueling stations for these e-buses in the
For the electric buses, okay.
electric buses and hydrogen buses? Hydrogen buses, they also, I think, will need some refueling or something like that. I don't know much about that.
Okay. No, no. For the hydrogen buses, that conversion plant, as I already told you, that has come up at Choglamsar area in Leh, which is part of
Okay.
Leh district only, very near to the main city point. That is there. But apart from this, I was just sharing that EV charging points are there. In my, like, again, 3, 4 days back only, I was just seeing all the infrastructure there in our state motor garages and everywhere. We have, in fact, very good fast EV charging points, not
Okay.
only for the buses, but even for the small vehicles also. And there, let me share with you, as Transport Secretary, we have good number of electric vehicles for our head of departments. Again, we have taken the lead in that. So for those EV vehicles, that is open. And apart from this, like all the buses being e-buses being run by SIDCO are being charged there. And in Kargil also we have charging points. So in districts we have, but now our target and my target, especially being transport secretary, is to put up more charging points on the highway, as you rightly pointed out, because that is equally important, and we have to work towards it. Unless and until that charging thing is available for the public which is traveling to Ladakh, so that can be a kind of challenge. So for that only we have decided that we have already told. In fact, very lot of financial groups and a lot of companies are in touch with me, like corporations, banks. They want to introduce this. Even these fuel companies, like these IOCL, BPCL, and all. Even they have shown keen interest to set up some charging points out here in our particular highway, wherein people will have smooth sailing. And also, to add on, the present infrastructure of charging points, EV charging points, which we have now decided to dedicate it to public also at a very nominal charge. Public can also charge up their electric vehicles wherever we have available within our districts, like garage point and all other areas I've told, so that public does not feel any inconvenience and hitch in converting themselves into EVs. And I have a very good policy in Ladakh. We have a very good policy which we had launched couple of years back regarding electric vehicles purchase, in which heavy incentive is being given to public who purchases. So the terms and conditions are very much there in the policy. You can go through.
One important thing that the e-buses require is lithium for the batteries. So when you were the mining secretary in J&K, India
Yes.
made the very lucky and very famous discovery of 5.9 million tons of this lithium. So, what kind of how much progress is being made there? I think after that you moved to Ladakh. So, but what kind of impact is it going to have on the economy of J&K and Ladakh? This kind of discovery.
Yeah, very interesting question, Anoop. And you reminded just me of my last work we had done during my role as mining secretary, Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, that's a big real achievement for not only for us, for me individually, but for the whole of the nation. As we all know, we are 100% totally dependent on 100% imports of lithium, be it from our neighbors or Australia's or everywhere from where it is being imported. And again, when things are being imported, they are costly. It makes our electric vehicles costly. And let me share that lithium is not only required, I know in electric vehicles, it is the major thing, but in our mobile phones, we run on lithium ion batteries. All Apple phones, Samsung phones, and whatever brand you're using use lithium ion batteries. And we all know, we can say it with pride, that India is number two in mobile manufacturing in the world now. And after discovery of lithium, like I worked hard towards it. We were pushing GSI, all kinds of surveys, and we ensured that it comes out, it gets discovered. After the last survey, they handed over the report to us, and it was finally a big revelation. That too on the foothills of Mata Vaishno Devi shrine, I would say. So lucky. The Riasi district in Jammu and Kashmir, we found it out in Salal, Amama area, and these reserves. And again, this district can feel the pride of having the tallest railway bridge also, if you can recall. Kauri Bridge is there,
Yes,
which has
yes.
come up. They claim it is even taller than Eiffel Tower. So similarly, this is the second biggest discovery there. Although we have a hydroelectric, production plant in Salal area, so it's near to that area. So this 5.9 million tons discovery has not only brought India in the global map where lithium is being found, but it can, even if the figures go correct, we will be number two in the world after Bolivia, I believe. Directly jumping, leap jumping, number two in the world in terms of lithium reserves. So it's a big discovery. I feel honored to be a part of this mission as mining secretary J&K in my past stint, and I'm sure the work will go on thick and fast. Bharat Sarkar changed little bit of thing. Earlier, we were processing, going with the auction of the lithium block and all. But now I believe Government of India recently came up with the guidelines. They will be doing it at their own level. And I believe just to expedite the things, there'll be a transaction advisor. I believe that time when I was there, we were working. SBI Cap was being considered being a government entity, so we could have gone thick and fast without going for one round of this choosing the transaction advisor. So that would help us, because once transaction advisor is there, so immediately they can go with the procedure and go in for auctioning the block. So we expect Government of India is very, very keen. So is UT government in JK also. So we're very sure that we'll see the extraction work starting soon, and India will become self-reliant, hopefully, in lithium. Not only self-reliant, I would say that if the reserves as expected, we can even go for exports. So that would be a path-breaking thing coming up very soon in our ways.
Recently, you have done some meetings for promoting this electronic manufacturing in Ladakh. So
Right.
how is this going? Well, now, what kind of manufacturing are you expecting? What kind of products do you think that can be built there? Are you also looking for some software kind of work or just for hardware?
No, Anup. Again, it's a very good question. In fact, as per my vision goes, I was IT Secretary J&K previously, you all know, and I have been attending all your lot of conferences and seminars in which we're talking about big electronic manufacturing hubs. And recently, we have had a very good a national conclave also on this digital transformation in Ladakh, and we invite you to be the next ones this year, and I'm sure you guys will take this opportunity hands on. So
I'd
the purpose.
love to come there.
Okay, okay. So I am sure you will make a history by coming over here and bringing all visionaries alongside, be it from our side of people like bureaucracy or manufacturers or software hardware people, because this is the future. I know it. Our honorable Prime Minister has the great vision, like Digital India started first phase in 14-15, and now we are in phase 2 of Digital India, and still long way to go. There is no stopping. So similar is the vision of Ladakh UT. I think we have a golden opportunity, being a UT where if you know a little bit more about it, Anoop, like countries like Switzerland and all, these days are being best suited for electronic manufacturing, and not only that, like data centers, because not they even come up with those kinds of facilities. If you can understand, like there are basically warehouses which are coming up, the facilities, and for that you require cool temperature. Why I quoted an example of Switzerland? Because you require cool conditions where you don't have to put in uh, extra, again a carbon neutrality related step, because if you put on those air conditioning and all, so much of carbon emission, and it is like a burden on the global, becomes part of the challenge of global warming. So Ladakh has a natural temperature like this, where it's already very, very cool, and it helps 12,000 feet. And second is you require water. So water is very much nearby. We have a river, a Sindhu River alongside. So just have to channelize water. So these are the couple of requirements which we already have. So on this premise, we thought that electronic manufacturing hubs are coming up in the nation, and we are very much in touch. I already have held couple of meetings. If you go by my past, as IT Secretary Ladakh, I have held some serious meetings, and I expect that good data centers can come up here. Obviously, our own data center is coming up. Ladakh is bringing a very good state of the art infrastructure data center. Our own state UT's data center is coming up. But apart from that, I want to give a commercial platform to other big groups. Like, and I can just share. I have a vision like big Indian Make in India data centers can come up. Like IOTA was very much there, a key sponsor in our recent, transformational conclave. Mr. Sunil Gupta, founder CEO, was there. He's in touch with us, and many other groups who would like to come up in a big way and bring up some data centers. And it would be a matter of pride and honor also. This part of the country, which is a strategic one. Ladakh has a strategic importance, even from the nation's point of view, like
Yes.
Kashmir.
Yes.
So it will have a great pride and honor in bringing up that. And we are working upon the modalities. Meetings already have been held. And if we come up with an electronic manufacturing hub, who knows? We may even bring in some kind of chip manufacturing thing, which is again part of the broader vision of Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable LG and UT administration. That if a chip manufacturing company can come up, nothing like that. So Ladakh is, I believe, a very favorable place in terms of geographical conditions, demographic conditions, climatic conditions, and it should come up a big way. I think this year will be more focused towards bringing up some electronic manufacturing hub soon in Ladakh.
So, what about the skill development of the youth? Are there enough people to man these electronics companies, or some people will have to come from outside, some talent? From
Yeah. So in this particular thing, I want to add on, like, we have lot of young talented people who are working in our particular place or even outside. We have had a problem of brain drain. Lot of young talent flight is happening because you see our Ladakhi boys and girls, they harness, they develop their skills and start working for the multinationals and corporates simply for the reason that they don't find much opportunities here. Same was the problem in Jammu as well as in Kashmir when I was serving there. So if you don't have much of opportunities here, then this phenomena will continue. I find a lot of people, if you are aware, from Jammu and Kashmir or even erstwhile JK and now Ladakh also, they are heading some top corporates at some strategic positions. So obviously, who doesn't want to come back to home? So
yes,
if they get these opportunities, I believe reversal of brain drain will also happen. And the young talent, we have some universities which are working here very well. University of Ladakh has come up uh, after the establishment of UT, and many other electronic these places where skilled, semi-skilled trainings are being given. So I'm sure we will have 100% utilization of the talent here. Lot of job opportunities which would come here for the youth here, because you would see in usually in these cold conditions our youth move out to different parts of the country just to find employment and job, so they will have full time employment opportunities here. So I think this is a good time to contribute towards that and utilize the own skills, and obviously at highly specialized jobs they can bring their own people to carry on the work, but labor should not be a problem. I mean to say, getting by the blue collared or white collared people engaged should not be a problem. Like you were asking about lithium earlier. Lithium is going to open up great opportunities. Like I would say that if some metallurgy plants come up, say in that Riyasi area only,
mm,
after the extraction, ore has to be.
yes,
So
yes.
that gives in itself great opportunities. These kinds of opportunities are game changers, not only for the nation but even for UT's respective economies. They really make a big difference. If some hub comes up, like electronic manufacturing hub comes up with the support of government of India here, and like lithium extraction, after that metallurgy plants come up in JK. So they are going to change the economy. They are going to make them self-reliant economies. I can assure you, sitting here.
What is the state of e-governance in Ladakh? Internet connectivity is required. So, is it there in all parts of the state? Because the terrain is a bit difficult, and CSC centers are required for people who are not very good in digital technologies. So, what is the state of all these facilities in the Union Territory?
Yeah, Anoop. So let me share with you that once you will land next time after this interview, I would invite you come personally and see. You'd be happy to know that you will directly have 5G connectivity in your mobile, but you should carry a postpaid connection in
Okay.
strategically. I'm telling, because a lot of people come and simply find themselves in oblivion, like prepaid cards don't work. So then they go to hotels and take Wi-Fi. So the good part is we have got even 5G connectivity. Reliance Jio is there, Airtel is there, BSNL is there, and they are providing excellent connectivity. But still, I would say, as a telecom IT secretary, lot more has to be done. There are a lot of saturation has yet to take place for 4G connectivity, 5G connectivity. 5G, though, it may be in the capital cities or main areas or maybe tourist points, but then 4G is very much there everywhere. So 4G saturation, uncovered villages, we are working on up to last point, that is next to China. We are working on that, like 4G uncovered villages. Similarly, in Kargil also, all those Shan, Shade, and very far off places are there where it takes a lot of time even to walk up to those last points. Even we are working on that. Our honorable LG sir is very focused that we should take it even to the last point where our soldiers are working. He himself is from the defense background, very passionate, and patriotism flows in every word he speaks, and we feel honored to be working in such an atmosphere. This place requires that level of highest spirits. So sir has already directed us that you should take it even to the Galwan Valley, where that infamous incident happened a couple of
Yes,
years
yes,
back.
yes, yes.
That fight. So he says that last soldier who is standing at the post should get connectivity. So we are relentlessly working and taking up with Government of India, and similar kind of projects we have taken under USOF also. If you know that service obligation fund that is there for covering all such areas which are still uncovered to provide mobile connectivity. And here, just to add on, I also have, it's in the final stages. I can say it with, again, pride, that we have a statewide area network which has come up, SWAN. If you know, popularly known as SWAN, has come up. We have covered all the panchayats from where people can connect directly to the headquarters without taking the pain of coming all the way. Distances are large in Ladakh. For both the districts. So we have given them a privilege and an opportunity that you can directly connect from setting up from your panchayat to the highest office, that is LG office or chief secretary advisor office or secretary's office. You don't have to come in person. So that is in the final stages. Equipment has reached everywhere now. Bandwidth, I believe, tender is out very soon once the bandwidth is given by these telcos. So we will have that connectivity also in place. And the tower connectivity is going a big way. It's our top priority of the UT. Right from HLG to advisor to myself, we are going thick and thin with the Government of India, all the agencies, the contractors which have been given contract through BSNL to erect those towers in those uncovered belts. We are working day in and day out, and I am sure within 1 year you will see a fabulous result. Every single village will be connected through, and because we believe that now technology has taken over, this is the best way to connect people and make them stick to their homes, not rushing out. That is the purpose and objective. So I'm sure we will have excellent connectivity everywhere. But whenever you are traveling, I can assure you throughout the UT, you will not largely have any kind of problem regarding connectivity. Connectivity is very smooth, and you can even not only make phone calls, but even video calls very smoothly. I have been asking randomly when the soldiers come from far off places everywhere, they come to Ladakh to travel across. They say we are very happy with the connectivity, and same would be the experience of tourists and you people also when you come.
What is the and what about the CSC centers? Are there enough CSC centers or service centers for
Yeah, common
providing?
service, because we have already onboarded a lot of services and we are in the final stages, like in next year or so, we'll make all these services online. Like again, people should not travel for their services, and e-service is the best medium to offer. Like in JK, when till I was there as IT secretary, so we ensured that more than 1,000 services, I can say it with pride and honor, that we have virtually almost every service on virtual mode. You even right from payment making to everything. Same model we are applying in Ladakh also. So we have, and with CSC, we already inked an agreement, CSC India. So regarding CSC services, we have almost everywhere these small centers which have come up in different parts of our UT. And we'll take it to the panchayat level. I have already called on a meeting. Soon I will have a meeting, and I will ensure that people get these services through online mode only, sitting in their panchayats and villages, and they don't have to move out for it. And even I have tied up with some bankers also, financial companies also, to work as BC. banking correspondent
Yes,
model.
thank you.
Because going far flung in our areas located in Leh and Kargil districts is tough. Not every financial institution can open extension counter or ATMs. So BC is the very popular model. I have told them even they can issue the cards like the credit card economy or even Paytm kind of model. It has done wonders in our Bharat, in India, with the vision of Honorable Prime Minister. So we are very easily transferring money online, and within seconds the transactions are happening. So I have told them to innovate and create some cards for our ration card dealers also. Banks can tie up and give it to their people. So they have proposed me few things, like similarly those cards can be used for the fuel filling also, and multi-purpose activities with which they can simply tap on and use these kinds of technologies through their mobiles and get their things done. So we are totally focused on the digital economy, bringing in those incorporations, and once they are there, next in thing would be going for the and data analytics and using AI in Ladakh. Because you see, the big advantage in Ladakh is less number of population. So if the population is less, you can effectively implement these reforms. If it is a vast spread like UP or somewhere where number is in humongous, like in crores, so it's tough. It's in few lakhs only in Ladakh. So these reforms, I am sure IT is going to be making major difference, and our UT administration is crystal clear of giving a major push in reforms to utilizing all IT tools.
Recently, IT department held a meeting under you for integration of e-Praman authentication into various services. So
Right.
how is that initiative going on?
Yeah, that we are seriously considering. CDAC made some very good presentations in which e-Praman activities, they have told that how good it is and how simple it helps us in authenticating our activities, like with the help of Aadhaar authentication and e-Praman. It will help people. So once these CSC centers come up, as I told you, like we'll go in a big way now. Very soon, I'll have some meetings. So we are seriously into considering e-Perman for the UT, simple for the simple reason, like number is less. So if number is less, so it's a simple principle also. Less the quantity, more the quality. So I strongly believe that we have a very good opportunity of implementing these latest technologies like e-Praman and online services, authentication using e-Praman, which is the latest in thing and a very good discovery of I believe CDAC, which has been doing a lot of R&D in this sector. So we are going through it, and I think very soon we will try to incorporate it first in the government services and later on for the public also through CSC.
The government of India has been taking a lot of initiatives for implementing AI. There's a lot of fears also that it might be lead to some kind of elitism. The elites can take advantage of AI, and the rest of the population might be left behind. So, are you planning to do something to implement to move e-governance towards AI governance, so that and at the same time ensure that it does not become elitist, and all sections of society are able to benefit from it, the new technologies?
No, I already mentioned in one of the things I was telling you that now once we are into saturation of all kinds of services, implementing them for the public. So next in thing is definitely AI based governance. So because artificial intelligence not only is a tool but also helps to analyze that how things are going, how smooth things are reaching to the public. Say we are at present going majorly, coincidentally I am also state nodal officer for Viksit Bharat Yatra going on.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so
I
that's
heard
very
about
important.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So at present, we are almost analyzing on a daily basis, like how things are moving and where we are. Uh, Idea is to just propagate, and people should know what services are being offered by Government of India, and there are many services which are being given and through this model. And alongside, I want to add on one thing, that saturation is the key saturation of those services like Ayushman Bharat cards and like Aadhaar cards and those things. They are the major targets of this Viksit Bharat Yatra, and many others. Say social welfare schemes are there. Then there are different kinds of schemes in food, civil supplies everywhere. So the point is, once we are done with this Viksit Bharat Yatra, we can definitely use the AI tools to know the quality, the public satisfaction, and where improvisations and improvements are required, because it is a holistic method. This is the in thing and the future, like drone technology. So AI has a long way to go. Like you must have been seeing that people are using it. Sometimes I think it's not good, but in offices, chat GPT like things are happening. So people are stopped even stopped using thinking and analyzing things, which is not good. I have seen sometimes those babus come up with those notes made through AI. Very easily you can make out that it is a stereotype kind of thing. So it's not good. Even the students are sometimes not studying properly and simply doing projects through AI and using chat. So that's what I was saying, that AI has is holds a great future, and we are into the advanced stage of doing things. After the this Viksit Bharat Yatra gets culminated on 26th of January, afterwards we'll have a lot of time to see about the saturation of schemes, how they have happened, and up to which level satisfaction of the public. So I was saying there are always pluses and minuses of using AI and tools of AI like Chat GPT and all. We have to see that which is the threshold level, and we have to implement our things in such a manner that AI is utilized in optimal manner. And in Ladakh UT, we'll definitely use this is the next in thing. Once we have reached a saturation in implementing like e-services and all things are concerned, then we will get into the mode of using AI in an extensive way to find out where things have gone and how good things have happened and what more is required, because artificial intelligence is definitely helping us to do things which manually were not possible earlier. It used to take a lot of data analytics, and artificial intelligence, I believe, have a very good scope of being implemented in the UT of Ladakh.
Thank you. Yeah, you have a very interesting, profile. You are looking after rural development, IT, transport, science and technology, and disaster management. This allows you to implement IT systems across the vertical in a large number of departments. So I think
Definitely.
Ladakh might do well with this kind
I
of
hope so. I hope so, Anoop. Like Swan is a rural development project, but I am
yes.
implementing as IT secretary. It gives me an edge to go through things which otherwise you have to be dependent upon. Same is e-buses and all that in transport sector. Like we are coming up with a lot of reforms in transport these days with the e-governance, and same is science and technology. So it's all, we are sisters like IT and disaster management. Obviously, we have come up with a very good emergency operations center in Leh, in which we will be having a good integrated command and control center in which IT interventions are required. So probably I believe UT administration must have seen that this man is from IT background. Like I was IT secretary JK. I've done specialization in e-governance, as you all know, from I am Indore for 1 year, and conceived and conceptualized and even successfully implemented a lot of e-gov projects in JK. Previously, when I was working there, they have seen the light of the day. Almost all those projects are in execution. So probably that was one of the reasons. I believe the subjects were chosen, very portfolios were very carefully chosen, and I feel blessed to be a part of this journey. And even through SIDCO, as MD SIDCO, we have a vast scope in our SIDCO. Sindhu Infrastructure Development Corporation can go into any stream. So, like, I am seriously thinking in terms of implementing some PPP models using our, SIDCO resources and the vision of realizing its vision. Like maybe some in telemedicine and all, I can utilize SIDCO's, this platform to implement this in the far-flung areas of Ladakh, because healthcare is paramount. So maybe in future, I'm just visualizing even while talking to you, like maybe we will have some kind of activities in healthcare and education sector, which will be implemented through our SIDCO for the last mile user. Because I am very concerned, Ladakh, going by its demography, is vast spread. It was one of the largest, in fact, the largest district previously, if you see India's in terms of square kilometers, the spread. So in this kind of place, I think with innovation, with vision, and with the grit and resolve, we can definitely utilize e-governance and m-governance, and as you said, AI governance and those things to help out the public, which really require our services. And I feel blessed to be working in this UT towards the vision and the mission which our honorable prime minister is carrying, everybody is carrying, to make it carbon neutral, to make it one of the best UTs, in fact number one UT in the nation, our Bharat. And let's see how more I can contribute in times to come.
Thank you, Mr. Amit Sharma, for your answers. The very
Thank
nice
you.
and very detailed and comprehensive vision you have presented for Ladakh.
Thank you, Anoop, and thank you to the Times Group for inviting me and sharing my vision. And I believe you all have to be part of our ongoing journey to take Ladakh forward and make a difference in times to come.
Forward to it.
Jai Hind.